How we take these symbols for granted. We're just brought up with them. But the real esoteric roots of them are
Only the most devout anti-Semites have noticed there's a Star of David on the $1 bill.
Right.
Nobody else notices it but them. But they're looking, and they finally find it. And after they point it out, you'll see it too.
Yeah.
Just like the face on Mars. After somebody points it out, you'll see it too. Or the sniper in the bushes on the grassy knoll.
Yeah. Well, it all falls within the quantum physics theory. What you're looking for tends to be there.
Yeah, or as
I know that's another topic here.
in transactional psychology, there's a saying: "All perception is gamble." Everything I see is my brain's interpretation of bits, millions of bits of light impacting on my eyes, and bits of sound waves impacting on my ears and other things. And I construct this hologram and project it outward and call it reality. And it consists of tremendous amounts of gamble and guess.
Yeah, great. There's an exercise you do before your lectures I read about in Cosmic Trigger, where you have the participants take mental note of the hallway after they've arrived in the room. How does that work?
Well, I have everybody describe the hall they came through. There are different ways of doing this, but let's say we have them all write down what they remember, and then we have them read it aloud. And no two people are describe the same hall. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've never found a class or a group, workshop, where two people describe the hall exactly the same. People describe things that other people don't see. They add things that nobody else saw. Most people don't even notice that they're in the hall themselves, which is what Gurdjieff calls self-forgetting. They don't even know they're there. They don't know where they are.
And so you pick out from the participants who remembers the most, the champion of the group, and you find that.
So the sum total of what everybody else remembers is always twice as high as the. So if you had Sherlock Holmes in the class, presumably it would still work. The class as a whole would see twice as much as Holmes, even though Holmes would see more than any individual in the class.
So how does an exercise like that translate to the way we should be relating to one another?
Well, the world is made up of feuding and hostile groups, all of whom think they know reality and that everybody who belongs to another group is crazy. If you don't have my reality tunnel, you must be crazy or perverted or a deliberate liar. And making people realize that we can never perceive the same reality, that every brain constructs a different reality tunnel, this can decrease the amount of hatred and intolerance in the world.
Yeah. Now it was a month ago or so where I first met you in person at the up in San Jose, where you're involved with a panel with Michael Talbot, author of The Holographic Universe, Fred Alan Wolf, The Quantum Leap, Marilyn Ferguson moderated, Peter Russell. The gist of the panel was the holographic theory, and what I took from it was a lot of supporting evidence for our wildest dreams. The message I brought back from the message of the panel and the whole weekend was that we really are constructing this, and we really can co-create what we want, and not have to be passively sitting by in somebody else's perspective of reality.
Well, we are doing it all the time, whether we're aware of it or not.
So it's a matter of getting in control of doing it positively, or is there any judgment? I mean.
Well, you're creating your own reality tunnel. That doesn't mean you're creating reality. Out of reality, whatever that is, out of the infinite flux of energy, you're creating your own reality tunnel, and most people aren't aware of it. Sad people think the universe is sad. They don't realize they're creating a sad universe. Angry people think the universe is making them angry. They don't realize they're making an angry universe. And of course, paranoids are the most modest people of all. They construct really fantastically melodramatic universes better than the best spy novels, and they take no credit for it at all. They don't realize what great artists they are.
Well, this I
That's
guess
the difference between me and, Salvador Dali said the only difference between me and a madman is that I'm not mad. The only difference between me and a paranoid is that I take full credit for all the weird pictures of the universe I create.
Well, this brings us back to the question of the Illuminati, be it a paranoid concept or be it reality. I mean, the most paranoid person would be creating that possibility. Is that right? In that line of thinking, is that?
Well, yes. I prefer to assume if the Illuminati exists, they're on my side. Otherwise, I've defined myself into a loser script right away.
Right.
Who wants to be in a loser universe? I prefer to be so. If they exist, they're helping me.
Yeah. Or they're certainly not minding you looking into the topic.
It's like the power elite. I've always defined the power elite as myself and my friends, because anything else right away puts you in a one-down position and discourages you from doing your best.
Right.
So I assume I am part of the power elite, and then I look around and you say, well, why does Rockefeller have more money than me? Obviously, money is not the key to power. The key to power is wild, creative ideas, bizarre ideas, new information, wackiness. Look at the Renaissance. Look at California today. Wherever you have a lot of wild, crazy ideas, you have a tremendous acceleration of science, art, technology, and wealth.
That's right.
Well, all increasing.
Well, let's talk a little bit about another thing I picked up from the Cosmic Trigger is the cosmic giggle factor. This sort of leap of fun in a way.
Yeah, well, the Cosmic Giggle Factor is a group art project involving dozens of writers, not all of whom have publicly acknowledged that they're parts of this. But the Cosmic Giggle Factor is intended by planting enough clues scattered throughout movies, TV, books, and so on, enough clues for people to realize something weird is going on and make them wonder what it is.
Well, there's a lot of power in that, and I guess the point is to convince people that it's much stranger than you realize, and that in itself is liberating.
Well, like Max Headroom is on Channel 23, and there's a James Garner movie in which every time he gets enough money, he right away goes to bets it on 23 on the roulette wheel and always loses. You find a lot of other 23s scattered around here and there. And Richard Condon's novel, Mile High, there's supposed to be 23 mafia families that run the United States. Where he got that from. Well, anyway, the more of these 23s you notice, the more you begin to tune in on the Cosmic Giggle Factor.
Yeah, it's specifically that number. It's numerologically, it's a 5. There's a lot of correlations. Why would you think 5 would be the root of that synchronicity? I mean, is there?
Well, the Great Pyramid on our dollar bill, that has 5 sides if you include the bottom. And of course, the Pentagon is 5-sided, and
Pentagon or the star.
All members of the Pentagon are honorary members of Cosmic Giggle Factor conspiracy.
Oh, really? Honorary members, they've been granted?
We regard them as the Order of Quixote. Well, we call them the Knights of the 5-sided Castle.
That's right. Now, weren't you actually there at the demonstration to try to exorcise the demon of the Pentagon?
Yes, back in 1968 I was part of that big demonstration. As a matter of fact, since the statute of limitations has expired, I can say safely and with some pride, I smoked pot on the steps of the Pentagon. Those were the good old days. So was there ever anything after that, people feeling that they had done some exorcism? Or? Well, no, we were never able to form the full cycle, so the demon is still in there, as you can see by American foreign policy. Now that they don't have a big enemy like Russia anymore, they're desperately hunting around for somebody to be the enemy, and they're trying to build up Saddam Hussein and Noriega. They got to find an enemy somewhere because they got all these weapons, and what are they going to do with them if they don't use them to blow people up?